Hi, this is Sajjad, welcoming you to this video of Nuke Learning. Draw nodes contain roto shapes, paint tools, film grain, fills, lens flares, sparkles, and other vector-based image tools. Dither adds random noise to an image to hide color quantization effects. Color quantization is a reduction in the number of colors used in the image and can occur, for example, if the image has been stored in an 8-bit file without error diffusion. In a dithered image, colors that are not available are approximated by a diffusion of colored pixels from within the available palette. The human eye perceives the diffusion as a mixture of the colors within it. This produces an impression of a larger number of colors and eliminates banding artifacts. Dustbust allows you to remove dirt and scratches from scanned images by painting over them with pixels from another frame or another part of the same frame. It clones multiple areas from a source to a destination based on dust points you create by control-clicking in the viewer. Flare. This node simulates lens flares that are created by reflections between lenses inside a film or video camera, when the camera is pointed towards a bright light source, such as the sun. Lens flares are typically added to compositions to create a sense of realism, implying that the image is an unedited shot of a real-life scene. Glint. With the glint node, you can create star-shaped rays around all the bright points in an image. Grain. The grain node lets you add synthetic grain to an image. This helps you ensure that all of the elements in your composite, including those that were digitally generated, look like they were shot on the same film stock. Grid. This node creates a grid of horizontal and vertical lines on top of the input image. Light wrap can help composite objects into a very bright background by wrapping or spilling light from the background onto the foreground object. The node creates a reflection of light around the edges of your foreground object by blending in whatever is in the background. Marker removal. Marker removal uses roto shapes to mask an area of the footage that you don't want to appear in the final result, typically small areas like tracking markers. Nuke automatically paints the masked area with suitable pixels sampled from the background plate. Noise. Adds various types of seemingly random noise to the input image, all based on the Perlin noise function. Radial generates a radial gradation ramp. Ramp generates a gradation between two defined edges. This node is included for backward compatibility. Other draw nodes, such as rectangle, have their own ramp controls. Roto. The roto node is an optimal choice if you're doing rotoscoping. It allows you to create and edit Bezier and B-spline shapes. RotoPaint. RotoPaint is a vector-based node for help with tasks like rotoscoping, rig removal, garbage matte, and dust busting. You can draw Bezier and B-spline shapes with individual and layer group attributes, including per-point and global feather, motion blur, blending modes, and individual or hierarchical 2D transformations. The RotoPaint node gives you a broader scale of tools to use than Roto, though many of the controls are shared across both nodes. As with the Roto node, you should use the viewer tools to create shapes and paint strokes, and then edit them using the control panel. Scanned grain. Applies actual scans of film grain to replicate the grain of the film stock. Frames are selected from a loop of scanned film grain and applied to the input image. This allows you to add grain to CG creations to match the original plate or age footage artificially. Sparkles. Creates customizable rays or sparkles from a central position indicator in the viewer. Text. This node lets you add text overlays on your images.